wow. Total War Warhammer is 25% off. This episode sponsored by Total War Warhammer. Get it now for just $50 Canadian. Fuck that. Fuck you, Sega. Yeah. I wish I had real money. I'm gonna go eat my dog.
I'm a truck driver. Beep beep. No.
Ow. So you guys ready for karaoke night?
This is almost twin. Not a kite nor a plane. This is Elmo's safe where Elmo cannot explain.
That was a little bit scary.
Now meet me in real life and you'll be horrified.
Good.
How is that sound coming from this huge body? He is so tall and nimble and strong looking. Oh wait, that's not him.
Why did Ramsey have to make it awkward?
Yeah. Is there? Damn.
Alright, I'm back.
Alright, play me up some Roxanne. It's time.
Roxanne.
Beep beep.
Have you been recording this whole time?
You don't have to put on the red light.
Alright.
The days are over. You don't have to sell your body to the night.
You don't have to turn your body to the night.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
I don't want to play that now.
Roxanne.
So karaoke?
Mm-hmm. Cattle Shoujo's over. This is karaoke night with Eva and Ramsey.
See, I told you. I could turn this into karaoke any second. And they'll want it.
Alright. The next day,
I'm
I
the
wake up.
mastermind here.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, you are Kenji, so. The next day, I wake up feeling a little lightheaded. It's almost noon already. Sleeping late is fine.
No Mao-sama.
Alright, I read all of this too. So, I'm gonna, yeah.
Kenji scene, yeah.
So I'm just gonna
Same one.
Skip
Until
mode. Unless you want to do the Kenji scene over again.
no,
Oh.
unless you hit a snag on it.
Okay, I hit a snag. So
Alright, where?
he's how it says, I don't know, I'm pretty hungry, so I thought I'd get some food first.
Give me a second, let me make sure. Okay, I haven't passed that yet.
This is gonna be the same thing as the classroom scene, my boys and girls, where I skip everything until a snag. So if you want to watch it, go back a video.
Okay, I'm there. There we go.
All right. Are you at the line?
I'm at your class project, which is the next line.
Okay, well, I don't know. I'm pretty hungry, so I thought I'd get some food first and then check out the attractions. Your class project seemed pretty cool, and I gave a hand with it, so I want to see at least that one. And so I want to see at least that one and chat with Lily, I guess. Speaking of that, don't you have any obligation for the project?
Are you out of your mind? That blind brought us up to no good. I can feel it in my spleen, man. Her presence is like a dark shadow that's in the way of my great vision, as expected of blind people.
What? Besides, I thought you were also... He holds up his hand to interrupt me.
Only legally. Metaphorically, I can see farther than any man before me has seen.
Kenji looks stoically into the metaphorical distance to emphasize his statement, thrusting his chin forward to look manlier. Actually, it's just the corridor wall 2 meters away, but it's all the same.
I can see the future of mankind, and it's a dark one unless the threat of women is stifled. They are everywhere.
He fingers his scarf nervously, just feverishly fingering that scarf. Faster and faster, like he's trying to start a fire. Then he slowly begins to calm down once the panic attack finishes running its course.
I'm gonna have to find some place to hide in, a safe haven, and then knock the lights out of myself so that I don't have to experience this horrible day. I have the perfect thing for that. I must prepare now. Don't go to the festival.
Okay.
Later, dude.
The door slowly closes with a low creak, and I don't know how to feel about what Kenji just said. After buying a plastic plate of takoyaki from
Yeah.
I did it.
You did it.
From
You
a,
did the Japanese.
this is what I get when I don't drink. I get it. From a stall belonging to a class next to... Oh my god, I just choked on my food.
Probably start drinking.
I didn't know Michelle was back already.
Yeah, she's being pegged as we read this.
are
Sorry
you
about that
eating?
gross choking sound in the microphone.
Are you trying to simulate the grapefruit video?
Right. After buying a plastic plate of takoyaki from a stall belonging... What? What? From a stall belonging to the class next to ours, I take a seat in the school gardens and watch people pass as I tentatively nibble away at the rather bland tasting item. I guess I shouldn't complain. It's better than nothing and didn't cost much. As I look out towards the school, watching the people coming and going proves a surprisingly entertaining way of passing the time as I eat. Little children accompanied by parents or grandparents scamper around in the din from event to
Wait a
event.
second. Did
One
you
hand dragging their
little children?
What? They're all girls, don't worry.
Alright.
One hand
That wasn't in character. That was
yeah.
me.
Sure,
on
sure.
me.
Sure it was. They're all boys in that case.
I don't care.
Even better. One hand tracking their company and the other bearing an oversized, colorful snack. I can't help but notice the age range among the people here is skewed towards the elderly. Something that I had also noticed when I was walking around town. This must be one of those towns where the only people left are those that lived here their whole lives and ardently refused to leave, and those wanting to live out the rest of their days and want increasingly few tranquil places. I guess that always goes a way to explain how conservative Yamaku's school culture seems to be. Not that I mind one bit. I kind of like how calm Yamaku and its surroundings are. The heat, though, is another matter entirely. Sitting in one place for too long has focused my mind on how annoyingly humid it's getting. Now that the hottest part of the day is here. I better get moving. The sound of the caroling bells takes me completely by surprise as I stand up. A reaction shared by a few other people strolling around as well. The PA system crackles to life after the tolling bells end. Its age shows as the principal makes a barely intelligible announcement over it, officially opening the festival that's very much in full swing. It's quite amusing to contrast the pleasant smiles of the older folk against the alternative pain and bored grimaces of their younger charges. The students, on the other hand, seem to pay it little heed. Nevertheless, as the address finally ends, all are united in polite, if not overly enthusiastic applause, and then get back to business. Slipping a hand into my pocket to look as relaxed as possible, I casually glance around for something to do. Something difficult. That's offensive! Nobody can hear you. It's just like in real life. No one pays attention to my voice. It's somewhat difficult to see very far with all the people around. I decided to fall back on a tried and trusted rule. Go where everyone else seems to be gathering. Right now, that's the school courtyard and surroundings. Throwing the useless plate into the trash can, I make my way out towards the school building. Seeing the number of stalls in the perimeter of the school building surprises me. Quite a few classes must have opted to have multiple skills. In deciding which to visit first, I catch a sight of a familiar banner with blue patterned border and red text. Lily's stall is as good a place to start as any. I'm curious as to how it's going, after all of the work she and her class have been doing on it. Stepping up to it, I begin to see why the class took so long to organize everything. Easily twice as wide as many of the other stalls, and with equipment for cooking strewn everywhere, it's closer to an outdoor restaurant than a festival event. As students in front of me take a bowl of noodles and leave, I walk up to the counter. The girl behind it seems quite exasperated, and asks me to wait a moment before she disappears underneath the counter. Seizing the moment, I take a quick glance around and steal from the register. I'm joking. Steam seems to be rising from everywhere, as pots and pans simmer away. The most blind of the students are unpacking ingredients while being helped by someone who is probably the teacher from 3-2. It doesn't take long to notice Lily among them, talking with teachers as she quickly counts out the buckets and packets with her fingers. How's she counting? She's fucking blind! From her expression, exactly. Stop! I'm drinking. It's only chocolate milk. Don't worry. From her expression and the fact that both she and the teachers seem to be in a state of mild confusion, it appears that there is some problem in coordination. Before I can stare any longer, the girl behind the counter pops up again, only to look back and ask where the spare change box is. Lily pauses for a moment, where she and the girl switch places at the counter, and the teacher quickly walks off somewhere. Hold on a moment. Ah, sorry about that. We're having a few problems. What would you like? It takes me a second to remember why I'd come here. My eyes quickly dart to the side and read the menu sitting on the quick counter. Oh, I guess some miso soup. Ah, is that Ramsey? Yeah, looks like you're pretty busy. Her face is all but confirms as she drops her waitress facade. Somewhere along the line, our order got mixed up. We're trying to fix it now, but it looks like we only have half of what we needed. Wouldn't serving smaller portions cover the problem? It seems like that's what we're gonna have to do, though I wish we didn't. The fact that a good half of our class is gone doesn't help either. I glance behind her to see how many people are actually operating the stall. Couldn't be over 8. I take it that's why your teacher left. That's right. She's going to try and round up a few more of our classmates to help. Hearing the sound of footsteps behind me, I stealthily glance backwards to see an elderly couple walking to take a place in line. I guess I better stop loitering around and chatting. Here's the money for the soup. Soup, alright, coming right up. Lily turns and calls for a bowl of miso soup as I hand over the money for her. Taking the coins in her palm, I can't help but notice how efficiently she counts them out with her long, pale fingers. Eventually satisfied that I've handed over the correct change, she puts it into a small metal tray. It isn't long before the soup is made and carefully handed to her, after which she turns and subsequently passes it to me. Thanks, I'll come back to drop off the bowl. Thank you, Ramsey. Oh, there is one other thing. Have you seen Hanako? Hanako? No, not today. Why? She has a small sigh of abject disappointment. It's okay, I was just wondering what she was doing for the festival. You'll come back when you're done then. Sure, I'll keep an eye out for Hanako too. Thank you, Ramsey. I walk off from the stall and find a seat, carefully cradling the steaming wooden bowl in both hands. Compared to the dumplings from before, this is quite nice. A little cool compared to what it probably should be, perhaps, but the flavor is enough to cover for that reasonably well. As I drink, I can't help but feel somewhat guilty for not being as involved in the festival as others. It can't really be helped, considering I was dropped into the school only a week ago, but it still weighs heavily on my mind. That, and the fact that a few students don't really seem to be enjoying the festival as much as the visitors. Eventually, I finish my bowl and leave for the stall to drop it off. Considering that there seems to be no line at all, I take my time walking up. See, the teacher's mission is paid off. There are now over a dozen students helping, and much more unpacking has been done. Despite them seem quite relaxed as they work, Lily still appears to be somewhat stressed. Lily doesn't look impressed at all, and I can't really blame her. On top of her issue with the stall, she seems to be worried about Hanako. I can't really help her with the former, so I guess the only way I can help is by trying to take her mind off our shy mutual friend. Placing the bowl back on the counter, I call out for Lily. Hey Lily, don't worry about Hanako. I'll go find her and hang out with her, okay? I can see Lily's relief plainly written across her face. Thanks, Ramsey. And if you see anyone from my class, can you tell them to come back here, please? Will do. Have a good one, and make sure you take a break, okay? I will if I can. See you later, Ramsey. Oh my god. I leave Lily in the stall and head out in search of Hanako. In a way, I feel bad with leaving her with the crowd. I feel bad for leaving her with the crowds. But even though she was clearly under pressure, I can't help but think she's enjoying herself. The halls are packed with swaying crowds meandering throughout the festival. If there's one thing I know about Hanako, is that she's not going to be anywhere near this. And with students showing off their friends and family, their dorms, I doubt she'll be there either. Following blind intuition. Blind? I move against the grain of the crowd. Thankfully, this crowd seems to be slightly less festive than your usual festival crowd. I assume this is out of consideration for the student body. As I force my way through the masses, it doesn't take long for them to thin down into nothingness. This is not surprising, since I am standing before the library. Even the more eager of students don't bother to show anyone the section of the school. As I enter the library, the noise of the festival fades into the dull background noise, and soon I am in the reading area of at the rear of the room. Behind one of the partition desks, I see the top of a head with straight, dark hair catching my eye. Hey, Hanako, I had a feeling I'd find you here. The head jumps up a little in shock before slowly peeping over the partition. Ramsey? Hey, Lily's pretty busy, so she sent me to find you. Oh, do you want to sit down? Actually, I'm feeling a little hungry. Would you like to get something to eat from one of the stands? I brought some food, so I shouldn't be surprised, but it was worth a try. Expecting her to go outside today was a long shot. How about we eat in the tea room? I passed by it on the way here, and no one was around. We can make some food there, and it'll be a little more comfortable. What do you say? Sure, let's go. Hanako closes her book and puts it away with deliberate, practiced movements. Good to go? Yeah. We walk side by side from the library to the tea room. As expected, there is barely a soul around. If it weren't for the murmurs through the hallways, you wouldn't tell there was a huge festival going on. Hanako carries her bag in both hands and focuses on just the floor ahead of her. Every now and then, she seems to break her pace a little and steps in slightly shorter paces. The first time it happened, I gave it no mind, but I soon noticed that she does it on a regular basis. Are you alright? She stops dead in her tracks. What? I don't know. Looked like you were tripping or something. A pink blush rises into her cheeks as her gaze returns to the floor. It's nothing. You know, when you say nothing like that, people are inspired to ask further questions. For a second, I don't think she's going to answer. Prepared to leave it be, I almost set off walking again when it's a game. Game? Do you see the floor here? What a bizarre question. The floor just looks like any other floor, covered in those tiles made up of squares of linoleum. Nothing noteworthy. Well, yeah, what about it? Sometimes, when there's no one around, I only step on the darker ones. Ah, she's just like me in high school. I used to do that shit all the time, except people were around when I did it, so I looked like a fucking freak. And again,
I knew you were a clan member.
I am a fucking freak. Wow, look at that. Mind your step. Don't tell. You die. That's pretty good. Hanako's voice trails off as her explanation continues, until I can barely hear her voice over the roaring sounds of the empty halls. Darker ones? Shuffling her feet, Hanako points the toe of her shoe at a tile that is barely a shade darker than the others. Like these ones. Alright, so those. So these ones are no good. That's no good! I point at. White people are no good! I point out a nearby tile. Yeah, something like that. Oh, I see. Do you play this game a lot? Hanako shakes her head. Just when the halls are
I played
empty.
this game a lot.
She nods. Well then, fuck! What the hell? No point in stopping. Beginning
There's
to get
one
really.
further mystery that you never even considered. Who was Kenji's girlfriend?
No. Now I'm intrigued. Anyway, hold on a minute. brief dead air in the thing here. Eva said, "Who's? Oh my God, who's Kenji's girlfriend?" And then he left, and I'm gonna quickly finish eating. I'm at she nods again, this time with a little more enthusiasm. So just hold the fort there, my man. Alright, I'm back. She nods again, this time with a little more enthusiasm. Well then, let's go. We set off down the hallway, and this time I noticed that Hanako is paying a little less attention to the floor. I wonder, just how lonely does someone have to be to come up with a game like that? Now I feel fucking bad, because I used to play the same game.
Yeah, lonely sport.
But before
One is the loneliest in the
I'm very sad now. But before I realize what I'm doing, I find myself trying to aim each step so it lands on the correct tiles. I'm lonely! The noise of the festival is slightly louder than inside the tea room, but the breeze coming through the window makes it worth it. That thinking, I walk to the windowsill and inhale deeply. I sometimes forget how clean the air is up here compared to back home. Would you like some tea? That would be great, thanks. Mind you, my character said that in a burp as well, to be real rude. It occurs to me that this is the first time I've been alone with Hanako without her trying to be somewhere else. Turning from the window, I watch Yeah, I know, I was alone with her in the fucking library. GG. And the night before. And the night before. Anyway. Turning from the... Wait, what happened the night before? Oh, right. Turning from the window, I watch as she makes a simple pot of tea and... What the fuck? And arranges some sandwiches onto a plate. I said I wanted tea, you dumb bitch! Not no sandwiches!
I heard they make me a sandwich.
I've seen her do this a number of times, but this time she seems slightly different. It's like she's calm. Eventually she places the small tray on the table and pours 2 cups of tea. The fresh scent of brewed tea mingles with the breeze, and for a second I feel like I'm the only one in the world. I think I know why you like this room now. I don't know what you mean. Well, there are quite a few people out there, but in here it's like another world. You can pretend that there's no one around for miles. You're right. It's like the world has forgotten this room. And because of that, you can forget about the outside. That would be appealing in some cases. As far as I can tell, conventional bullying doesn't exist in this school. But then again, I haven't seen a single person talk to Hanako besides Lily. If you're ignored by the world, a place where you can forget its existence would hold a special appeal. That's a good point. It's like this room gives you some kind of complete freedom. Yeah. Sonic, please. Say, do you play chess? Chess? A bit, I guess. That's not true. I was chess champion for 2 years in a row in high school. But anyway, I take it. I take it you've played before? A little. Without saying anything more, Hanako moves to the cupboards and digs out a small chess set. Do you want? Sure, why not? I cut her off, but she doesn't seem to mind it. We arrange the pieces, and before long we are sending pawns charging to their inevitable fates. I take my time and intently examine each move and its consequences, nostalgia for the game taking second place to the matters at hand. For a time the game is a lengthy battle of attrition, but I spot an opening and tear a line in her defense. A few moves later, her king is cornered by several of my pieces. Checkmate. You're not bad at this, are you? An honest appraisal. Her technique is pretty good, but several times I was able to exploit her lack of prediction. I pick up a piece and examine it. It looks relatively new, yet worn for its age. I guess not. Does Lily play? The absence of Hanako's answer causes me to think about my question. A bit. Yeah, this is the first time I've played against someone other than her or. She cuts herself off abruptly, maybe leaving the answer hanging in the air. Someone she knew before coming to Yamaku, maybe. Well then, I'm honored to have played against you. Can we play again? She asks as if She asks as if she were asking me to cut off my own hands. The spirit of the competition's gone into her. Sure, what the fuck? Sure, don't expect me to go easy on you this time. Not that I was before, mind. She seems to appreciate the competitive tone. Same here. As we're setting up the pieces, there's a noise at the door. Good afternoon, says Lily. Lily. Konnichiwa. Oh, hey there, Lily. Are you finished? You both are here. Wonderful. At any rate, our teacher has managed to round up some extra help, so I was able to leave. Have you been here since you left? Pretty much. We've just been playing a bit of chess. What? Would you like a cup of tea? Actually, I think it may be a good idea to go outside for a little while. The instant drop in Hanako's face shows her objection to this plan, even though she says nothing. I feel strangely compelled to voice what is plainly in view on her face, but Lily can't see. I kind of think that we should just stay here. Really? It's so crowded here that I was thinking we should leave the school and head for the local tea house. You mean Shanghai? Of course. With everyone at the festival, it should be practically empty. Tea house. Oh, that's right. You probably don't know of it. There's a tea house not far from here, which we go to every so often. Sounds like a plan. Hanako, what do you think? Hanako jumps a little at being forced into the conversation, but at least she seems less distraught than before. If it's the Shanghai, I think it'll be nice. Well, then it's settled. Let's be on our way, says Lily. I think you're the gayest thing ever, mate. Hanako and I rise from the table and our preemptive chess game. Before I can do anything, Hanako has poured the pieces into a small container and places the board away. Looks like we're ready now. Please, lead on. Lead on, blind girl! Hanako moves to Lily's side as we venture onto the school corridors. The pair lead me to a series of unfamiliar doors, and we emerge on the side of the building opposite of the festival grounds. Insulated by the heavy stone of the building, the noise of the crowd is faded to a murmur. Strange. I thought that most of the people would begin to leave by now. They're probably here to view the fireworks. Fireworks? Yes, apparently the school puts on quite a show. A lot of people come from town just to watch them. Lily's decision to leave the school grounds seems to make sense now. Hanukkah would probably have a hard time with the whole town descending onto the school, or ascending, as this case may be. For the second time since arriving at Yamaku, I find myself walking down this road with Lily. Only now that I can barely hear the incessant noise of the festival do I realize how loud it was. I can hear my ears ringing slightly in the still evening air as they recover from the day's assault on them. Hanako clings to Lily but still manages to guide her along the road. That, and avoiding the occasional gaze from curious pedestrians, appears to completely sap her constitution. Her constitution's not maxed out. What a fucking faggot! Yeah. She rarely raises her focus from the ground in front. Her constitution's sake. She rarely raises her focus from the ground in front of her, nor does she utter a word. Lily, on the other hand, maintains a prim and proper persona, just as she does in school. It's obvious she purposely puts effort into his appearance, rather than hiding it as Hanako does. It's striking how different they are in the way of holding themselves outside of Yamaku's grounds. That said, it's obvious in both their cases that they do visibly change. What? Why is everything big now? Oh. Inside Yamaku, everyone is special, which negates the specialness of it. But once we venture outside the school gates, we are returned to the status of outsider and generic labels. Especially when we are still in school uniform. It's like hanging a sign around your neck, challenging people to figure out what's wrong with you. I'm surprised that so many of the students keep it on. Then again, with canes and wheelchairs common among the students, I guess it's not really that much of a giveaway. Or maybe I'm the only one that sees it as a stigma? Maybe you could get used to it after a time, like any other school uniform. The tea house seems fairly stranded from the outside, just an ordinary building with typical signs decorating the entrance. It looks like the type of place you'd walk by without a thought, or just another generic cafe in a sea of thousands. If Hanako hadn't steered Lily into the entrance, I would have continued on down the road without even knowing it existed. Ding, 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 ding. Inside the tea house, it takes on a more traditional feel. Everything seems to have been made from the same lump of timber, from the counter to benches to the high-backed booths at the walls. Yeah. But the most striking feature of the room is the lack of life. I think I can faintly hear some bubbling away in the background, but otherwise the room is silent. Without any direction, we simply wait near the entrance, politely obeying the "Please wait to be seated" sign. Is this place closed or something? Jesus Christ! That scared me again. The sound of a chair falling over echoes throughout the empty rooms, and a head shoots up from inside the booth. It's Yuko! I wasn't asleep, and welcome to the Shanghai. Yuko, dressed in a pastel apron and clutching a menu, rushes to greet us. Her misaligned glasses and ruffled hair cast suspicion on her previous statement. But whether she was asleep or not isn't the first question that leaps into my mind. You work here now? What happened to the library? What? Lily? Ramsey? Welcome to the Shanghai. Lily, still waking up, jerks into a violent bow, dislodging her glasses in the process. My glasses! As I pick up her spectacles off the floor, Lily offers an explanation. Yuko works here part-time as well as at the library. It's one of the reasons we like to come here. Yuko takes her glasses from my hands, shakily putting them back on. Yes, that's right. Thanks. Shall I show you to your table? There's no one else here, so you can choose your table and order whatever you like, but there may be a delay as I will have to make it myself. It's alright, Yuko. Just a pot of black tea and a plate of sandwiches will be fine. Right, I'll get right on that. Yuko hurries off to the back of the cafe, leaving us still standing at the entrance. She pushes the swinging doors half open before realizing that she hasn't seated us. I'm sorry, please, sit wherever you like. I'll be right back. Following her advice, I lead Lily to the nearest booth as Hanako follows. As I begin to sit next to Lily, I realize how appropriate this place is for Hanako. The high-backed booths totally separate you from the rest of the room, and it doesn't look like it gets all that many customers. All the furnishings, from the cushions to the benches to the condiment holders, look dated but aren't overly worn. I wonder if Lily deliberately selects places like this to take Hanako. She seems like the type that would go to lengths to cater to Hanako's unique predicament. At the next decision and/or day, I'm gonna stop. So, Ramsey, I didn't know you played chess. Well, not very well, but I do know how to play. I suppose the obvious question would now be, who won? Lily's innocent smile makes me hesitate. I don't want to really look like I'm lording my victory over Hanako. Ramsey did. Yes, but not by much. Damn, saying that out loud makes me feel like I've done something terrible. Well done, Ramsey. You've accomplished something I've only ever failed at. Thanks. I haven't played in ages, so it felt good to play again. Yeah, keep rubbing that in, you piece of shit. You haven't played in a while and you kicked the shit out of Hanako. I get it. Electile dysfunction. He can't elect anyone. He didn't take place in the election because of his electile dysfunction. Yes, it did, says Hanako. Hanako fishes with her hair a little and looks away as she replies, but a small smile emerges. No! It's a little more extreme of a reaction than I expected, but still kind of cute in that Hanako way. Hi, fucker. Oh shit! I scrolled up by accident. It throws me off. It throws me a little off guard. Only Yuko's cataclysmic re-entry shocks me back in the conversation. Are you alright there, Yuko? Do you need a hand? I'm fine. I have to do this properly. It's my job. Concentration plays across her face when she stares at the tray in her hands, as if simply looking at its contents will hold them in place. Sadly, this doesn't prove all that effective. The cups and saucers slowly dance around, occasionally clattering as they collide with one another. Taking great care, Yuko sets the tray down on the table with only this subtlest of crashes. There, see? Well done. Thank you, Yuko. Yuko's head rockets downward in her distinctive bow before answering. You're very welcome. Would you like to join us? There's something else I'd like to discuss about the recent order, if I may. Oh, that's right. Lily and Yuko were discussing a pile of books that when I first met Hanako. Something about Lily helping with the Braille? Ah, yes. We didn't get the chance to go through them, did we? Yuko hastily sits down next to Hanako. Apparently her dedication to this job only goes as far as her concentration. Once it is broken, she suddenly loses it. I'll be in the library tomorrow afternoon if you'd like to try again. Sounds perfect. I'll meet you there after classes. Lily? Oh dear, that's right. Tomorrow's Monday. How could I have forgotten? I'm starting to feel a little left out of the loop here. Then again, that's to be expected. I have been here for barely a week, so it's impossible to know everyone's schedule. Well, perhaps we could come to some other arrangement. Yuko, will you be in the library later in the week? Maybe, but this is already overdue. And there are some things I need. This might be a problem, says Lily. Lily ponders for a moment before discovering the answer. I wonder, might we be able to enlist the help of another if need be? Not again! To do what? You lost me quite some time ago. Being volunteered for something without even having the slightest idea what go on is due isn't really my thing. And here I thought I had finally escaped the clutches of the student council and their repeated attempts to recruit me. Oh, of course. The other day I was helping Yuko sort the new Braille books in the library. But Hanako and I usually go shopping on Monday afternoons. It's quieter on the day than on the weekends. Last week we couldn't go because I was busy with the festival. I managed to slip away later in the week, but Hanako couldn't make it. Well, since I can't read Braille, I'm assuming you'd like me to go shopping with Hanako. Isn't Braille just... It's just words. They're just more... They're 3D! Yeah, but they're shaped like letters. They are! I'm pretty sure they are. Maybe I just never actually seen Braille. I've never seen Braille, period, but I always heard it was just like more pronounced, like bumps on the paper that's shaped like the letters. You're shaped like a fucking letter, you idiot. Got him! What kind of letter are we talking here? Lowercase or uppercase? Anyway, correct. You were a great help to me the other day. I think I can handle that. Hanako, what do you think? If you wouldn't mind. Of course not. I'm still not familiar with all the stores in the area, so it sounds like a good idea. Oh, okay. Now that we have that arranged, shall we have some tea? It's now that I realize our tea has been sitting idly all this time, getting no hotter. It's my fault. Let me pour that for you. Yuko reaches out with shaky hands, but I intercept her. She looks in no state to be handling hot liquids. It's alright, I've got it. Since you've already made the tea and sandwiches, you fulfilled your waitress duties, right? I guess. Yuko relaxes a little, but still watches eagerly as I share out the assortment. What the fuck? As I'm about to bite into wait a minute. Did I skip something? Nope. As I am about to bite into a sandwich, a low, loud rumble can be heard, along with a flash of light outside. The Nazis are coming! They're bombing us! Quick! Under the tables! I don't know why people were like, in case of a nuclear attack, please get under the fucking table. That's gonna help you. Yeah. Look at the glue! Anyway. I take it the show has started, says Lily. Only now looking outside, I realize that dusk has come and gone, leaving us in the peak of twilight. Leaving us in the peak of twilight, like the darkness of my room when I slice my wrists. Sparking Tracer's arc upwards, getting... Tracer? You mean the gay? Sparking Tracer's arc upwards, ready to explode in the floral shapes of fireworks. Let's go watch. Oh, sorry, Lily. Please don't miss the show on my account. From what I've heard, this isn't a bad location to watch them from. With the exception of Lily, we rush to the window. I am not in that picture. There's a small tea house to watch the show. A strobe of colored lights plays across Hanako and Yuko's smiling faces, and for a second I forgot to look out the window. What? It's not fair. My face has been revealed to the people, and your voice hasn't. I know that, But your voice hasn't even been fucking revealed. You. It's because I'm actually insane. This is actually my YouTube channel, and I'm talking to myself. In this totally new world, there are a few things that don't change. I think that's why the school makes such a fuss over this festival. It's a chance to show the similarities between everyone. The show is over all too quickly. Fireworks are expensive, even for the most well-funded schools. Before we return to our tea and sandwiches, Hanako turns to me. Um, Thanks for today. And tomorrow. That's okay. I don't think that I could have faced those crowds either. On days like this, it's more relaxing to spend time away from everyone, don't you think? Yeah. Anyway, we've been delaying this tea far too long now. Let's get back. Sure. We return to the booth and our light meal. That sounded impressive. Bigger than last year's, at least. Yeah, it was great. I've never seen them put on such a show. It gets better every year. I'm afraid, however, that during that time, the tea has gone cold. Oh no! Let me make some more. This is my fault. Calm down, Yuko. It's nobody's fault. I take a sip from my cup just to prove the point. The tea isn't too bad cool. Oh, fucking, I'm dumb. This tea isn't too bad cool anyway. It's like an iced tea. Really? Yeah, really. If you had a bit of sugar, it's kind of nice. Are you sure? I'm positive. Now why don't you sit down and we'll finish this together. Oh. I tell you right now, you sit the fuck down and we'll finish this man to woman. You go make me more sandwiches first. You stupid bitch. Anyway, enough of my Al Capone impression. Okay, says Yuko. Yuko doesn't seem convinced, but sits down regardless. She carefully measures out the 5 teaspoons of sugar and adds them to her tea. I said a bit of sugar. I know, but I like my tea sweet anyway. I curiously peer into her cup. As expected, hardly any of the sugar dissolves in the cool liquid. She stirs it twice before upturning the cup and drinks the contents, sugar and all, in a single mouthful. You're right, it's not bad at all. Yeah, good. I look back to Lily and Hanako, both of whom had finished their meal as I witnessed Yuko's personality in action. Not wanting to hold anyone up, I used her tactics and finished the remainder of my tea in a single swill. Well then, it seems we're all finished. So, should we head back now, or do we want seconds? Yuko's expression shows that this is quite clearly not a good idea. I think that it would be best if we got back soon. We do have to get back before curfew, after all. Oh, that is a good point. I'll meet you tomorrow, Yuko. I'll be looking forward to it, Lily. Goodbye, everyone! We make our way out of the small tea house and into the dark of the night. Lily and Hanako once again take point, but under the cover of darkness, Hanako seems slightly less stressed than she did on the trip here. We move against the occasional group of people, emptying the school grounds, but Hanako seems to lead us along a few minor roads, avoiding the bulk of the crowd. Outside the dorms, the school seems strangely quiet when compared to the noise of the day. Well then, thank you both for today. I think I learned a lot. You're most welcome, but I'm afraid that I really must be going. Today's been a long day. That's right. Lily spent all day on her feet, and I can't imagine that walking inside of the school would be pretty tiring for her. And I can't imagine. I feel a pang of guilt as I remember that I was probably the one in the school that got up around 10 this morning. Sure thing. Well, I'll see you both tomorrow. Good night. Good night, Ramsey. Night. The girls returned to their dorm, and I to mine. Actually, now that I consider it, today tired me out as well. What the fuck? It's a horror movie. Oh. It's Hanako. So I chose Hanako's route. Aww. Aww. That's really cute. Book? Book. Act 2. Hide and seek. Well, anyway, that does it for Act 1 of Kettle Shoujo. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Yeah, see you in the next time episodes. Bye-bye.